It's a great way to get out and explore. There's no doubt about it. This desert is one of the nicest deserts, I think, in the world.
Once you get here, you're a long ways from anywhere, but the journey will be worth it. Beautiful country, wonderful people. I just guarantee that you'll have a great time.
Well, top of the morning to you.
Good morning, man. We're having a wonderful time. This is day 3 in Page, Arizona.
Yeah, it's been a great couple of days here. We're here, as you know, to showcase this town, restaurants, eateries, showcase the lake. So we're going to head over to Gone West Family Restaurant. We ate there the first night we were here. You loved their pot roast.
Oh, I got to have it again. But we're probably going to try and do a horseshoe bend at sunset. We've been there a lot, but we've never been there where the sun's going down.
We'll see what happens, but let's make it a great day and let's get to eating this good grub.
You got it.
Page and just small town America in general is so important. You know, we've talked about my wife's family being pioneers in this town and how important it is to keep things going on small rural American towns. I get to talk to a lot of folks and pretty much they don't care how much you know, they just want to know how much you care. My name's Dindy Bird and I've been here since 1972. We're at Gone West Family Restaurant in Page, Arizona. The way my family got to Page, Arizona is the Greens, who built Waweep Lodge out at the lake. They found my mother singing country music down in Safford in southeastern Arizona, and they brought her up here to sing at the lodge in 1972. So the Greens were part of the pioneering of Page in itself, as far as going over Glen Canyon with Senator Barry Goldwater back in the day and actually finding the spot for the dam. And back in those days, they ran the Marble Canyon Lodge and Cliff Dwellers trading posts outside of town a ways. The tourism has prospered over the years. First, it was just the houseboaters on the lake, but when our Antelope Slot Canyon and Horseshoe Bend became well-known worldwide, the influx of visitors has been great. I know that right before the pandemic, I think they said that 4.5 million people came through Page that year. So that's a large amount of tourists. In the 70s, there wasn't near as many, and like I say, they were mostly here for the lake. The lake has gone down quite a bit, but there's still a lot of water in it. It's just that we're down to 1 boat ramp versus 3. Up here in 1972, the lake was really just coming up about this level for the first time. When it was at full capacity, it had more shoreline miles than the west coast of the United States. I am concerned. I know it got real close to being a stale pool last winter, and they've slowed down the output. We need help through government agencies to try to slow down how much is going out, and we need Mother Nature to agree with us and start bringing back more snowpack. As my mother taught me and my brothers to play music, some of the French tour companies were coming over. We started doing tour dinners for them. They'd spend the night here in Page. We just kept getting bigger and bigger, and so about 5 years ago, my kids were old enough to work with us, and we decided that we would start the Gone West Family Restaurant. And Gone West was the name of my mother's band for years. She had passed away, so we carried that Gone West name over to make it Gone West Family Restaurant. I like all the people that I get to meet. You know, I get to play music 7 nights a week, a lot of times during the season, from 6:30 in the evening till about 9:30 at night. We have a large facility, seats about 300 people, so we do large groups, tour buses, and we entertain them and feed them. The menu style at the Gone West Family Restaurant is a steakhouse and comfort food. So everything from pot roast to salmon and ribeye steaks and everything in between. I'm proud of what I've been able to do here in this town as far as music and become successful with the family and promote family businesses and know where my kids are and showing them a strong work relationship. So I'd like to tell everybody out there to come on by and see us here in Page, Arizona. We've got a great place. Once you get here, you're a long ways from anywhere, but the journey will be worth it. Beautiful country, wonderful people, friendly people, and I just guarantee that you'll have a great time.
Wow, we just pulled into Glen Canyon Brewery in Page, Arizona, and boy, look at this food.
Yeah, pretty cool. You know how we support veterans?
Yes.
Well, John Peasley, 2006 Navy veteran, bought Route 66 Cruiser Cafe, which we've been to a lot in Williams, Arizona.
Yes.
2007, he decided to open a brewery and run it out of the backside of that restaurant. We've also been there.
Right.
In 17, he moved it to a bigger facility, which I've not been to, but you and the family and Laura have been
I've been
there.
to. It's just behind the Grand Canyon Railroad. It's
Yep.
off Route 66, but it's big and it's beautiful inside.
So in 18, he added spirits to it. So it's Grand Canyon Brewing and Distillery now. 2019, he moved to Flagstaff, Arizona as well. So that was his second location. And 2022, he brought it to Page, Arizona. So over 15 years, he's expanded, to 3 different cities, great food, great beer,
So he's on
and
the
great
move.
distillery.
He's on the
on the
move,
move.
and he's making stuff happen, and he's in Page, Arizona. So it just shows you that Page still has a lot of things going on here. People
Of
should
course.
come here and check it out.
Well, let's get to eat.
Yes.
Come on now.
All right. Wow, what a great lunch that was, man. I'm
Yeah, for
full.
sure.
Had a beer, chicken wings. Josh had pizza. Whew.
Well, I'll tell you what, things are just working out for us today. We're going to head over to Epic Adventures, and we're going to take a tour of an unseen horseshoe that we haven't seen before, and a slot canyon.
And I hear we have to wear goggles and like maybe face covers because of the sand.
And the time of day we're in, it's going to be beautiful.
Let's do this.
Go.
See you down the road. We have something special we're going to do right now, but subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, they better, right? Hey, we're here at Epic Adventure Tours in Page, Arizona with the owner, Chris. Chris, tell us a little bit about the business here.
Well, we started back in June of 2016, filling a niche that the area just really didn't have. Obviously, if you guys have driven around here, you know there's a lot of great scenery just from the highway. It gets a whole lot more exciting the further you get out off the road. Our goal has always been to take people where there aren't any crowds and see some special locations that very few people get to and have a great time getting there.
Wow, the things you can do in Page. Are we going to do this?
Well, we're super excited. So are we going to see a slot canyon today, maybe?
Yeah, I think we'll take care of you guys on that one.
All right. Well, hey, let's hit the road.
Let's go. The journey begins. This is really awesome back here.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the years and years of how the earth has reacted to this with the wind and the rain, and I mean, it's just amazing. It'll be different 10 years from now.
Exactly. I mean, we've had the benefit of, spending the last couple of decades out here watching things change. It's, from the water erosion from years ago to the wind and plant erosion nowadays. Some of these things can change overnight, with a flash flood coming through, and some of these things will remain the same down to the pebble for 50 years.
I got to imagine this fills up pretty good with water if it's a heavy, heavy rain.
We've got some areas around here with the deep slot canyons that you'll find log jams 80 feet above your head.
Oh, man.
Imagine that kind of a flow. So not the place to be on a rainy day.
No.
Now, this is all sandstone, right?
Everything you're going to see today is all sandstone. It's all part of the Navajo layer. So it's about 2,500 feet thick, this ocean bottom that's come out of the ground. So it's loads of sandstone.
It kind of blows my mind when you see the dam and it's built up against the sandstone. You're going, sandstone, I mean, I rub it and it comes,
How's it going to hold?
How's it hold,
Well, I'm hoping for my sake and and my home's sake that it does. So
Well, it's held for 60 years.
that's it.
yes.
That's it. I got to give me a couple more years out of it.
Well, what else are we going to see? You're getting us a different view on Horseshoe Bend, or what's...
Yeah, let's get up to a little bit higher ground. Give you a little bit of the lay of the land. Take a look towards the Page area. We'll work across the Page Plateau, what's also known as the Manson Mesa. So we'll get up. Let's get up high and do some looking around.
Sounds
Awesome.
great.
Let's do
go.
it.
So here we are at a different viewpoint of Horseshoe Bend. It's a little windy, but it's a great view. What's up, G-Man?
Well, I can tell you this, we've never been up here to see it, and we are right above the P. As you come out of the Horseshoe Bend parking lot, you'll see a P up on the mountain. We're right on top of it. Lance.
Yes, sir.
Amazing view, man. I can't believe we're up here. What a day.
Chris.
Right on.
Right on.
As we're high up on top of the Manson Mesa, right at the Navajo reservation line. So looking off to the north here, we can see a lot of these spires and buttes sticking up in the air. There's Boundary Butte, Gunsight Butte, Tower Butte. All the buttes to the left are inside of Lake Powell. So they're actually sitting in the water.
And what's the large one?
So the large one right in front of us that comes climbing out of the ground is Tower Butte. Where we're looking here, all of your high points you see across the way here, and these buttes inside, that's all Utah. So from where we sit, we're about, as the crow flies, about 6 miles into Utah.
My hometown.
Not
We're washed
too
out.
bad, my friends.
What do you think about this?
You know, it ain't too bad. We got some Arizona sunsets, we got some rocks, tons of sandstone all around, and we got to get aerial, you know what I mean?
Is
So, it's a good time.
this how your motorcycle rides on the road?
It's a little different.
Yeah, I think so.
So we came up here for the sunset and we got to catch a little bit of that, but check that out. The moonrise.
We pulled over and the moon was just peeking out. We figured we'd hop out and get a little shot from up above. By the time we hopped out of the car, it was fully out, but it's a pretty damn good view. Perfect time of year, perfect time of day. It's a good time.
Well, Chris was just saying this is the best time of year to be out here. We get to see the light coming down on the cliffs, and all of a sudden here comes the full moon. Pretty amazing. How did you plan that?
You know, we do it every night.
Bit of hill climbing.
Pretty awesome.
Distraction out here on the rocks.
Pretty awesome, man. These things will go anywhere.
There it is, boys. 2-lane arch.
Believe it or not, we are here at the 2-lane arch. Why'd we call it that?
Well, we have a meeting later in the week with Mayor Bill Dyke, and we're going to officially tell him that we've got this arch out here that's unnamed. So once we get the key to the city, we'll also ask for the official name of the arch.
Yeah, it was tough enough getting the keys to the machine here for you guys. So I think this is one big ploy to get a free hat out of you guys.
That's
there, but two-lane arch it is from here on out. We'll make sure everybody that takes the trip from here on out. Page sits on a mesa that's dubbed the Manson Mesa. It's all part of this huge Navajo sandstone layer. At one point, this was all part of a big inland ocean, so it was seabed. As that seabed rose out of the water, uplift started, erosion began. This was all really, really soft rock at the bottom of the ocean, so it was able to be eroded really quickly. So initially, all of these things were carved out by flowing water working their way out of it. So different layers, you're going to find aquatic shells, things like that. So you get on top of high mesas and find undersea life. This was all carved out initially that way. From then, it's been a lot of wind erosion ever since then, and then the plants are doing the most eroding right now.
Well, it may not be able to see it real clear, but talk about that bathtub ring.
So that bathtub ring is a deposited layer on the undersea floor, and it's going to run the same altitude all the way through there as part of the ocean. So as it uplifted, whether it moved, whether it washed out, you get this bathtub ring continuing all over the place. If there's a spot we can see that spire right there, a little piece on there. A little higher content in some of the minerals. It doesn't have quite as much iron and manganese like some of the other ones that turn it red.
Well, we're pretty disappointed in this tour because if you can look at the sky behind us, check this out. I mean,
Whoa, look at that.
What do you do?
Amazing.
Well, some days are better than others. I guess.
Wow.
what a rough day at the office.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't even expect this today.
No.
This happened after our interview, and here we are enjoying something we've never done before. This is awesome.
It's a great way to get out and explore. There's no doubt about it. We love to make it fun and scenic, and another win.
Well, we appreciate the time today. You're going to take us back to the store, but why should people come see Paige?
Well, Paige, we've talked about whether you love the desert or not. This desert is one of the nicest deserts, I think, in the world. It's a special place. You've got a lot of the plants, a lot of the animals. You've got water right next door. The elevation makes the temperature nice year-round. I mean, it's, again, just one of the finest deserts around. You're not going to find a bad view anywhere. And with us, you're not going to find a bad ride.
And how do they find you?
Jump online. Any search is going to get you there. Page, Arizona, anything off-road UTV, you'll find us. We're the #1 rated for a reason out here, and we'd like to keep it that way by having a few of your followers join us.
Well, I think that's going to happen for sure. We love Paige.
Epic Adventure Rides at epicadventurerides.com.
Check that out.
Well, we've had a great time here. Dinner's up next, and who knows what's going to happen, but today ended in a real bang.
And I'm just looking here going, wow, what a great night. So what do you say we get out of here?
Yeah, let's do this.
Boom.
River gonna run you down.
So we're closing day 3. We started the day here. We're ending the day here.
I mean, we were so hungry. We finished our meal, as you can see, and what's going on?
So where are we?
Gone West.
Family restaurant.
Yes, and they got great food here. It's a big place. They can feed, it looks like 100 people in here.
Yeah, it's a big place. I mean, in the back there, they've got for tour groups and people coming in, but they've got great help, great food. People are kind. And it was great as we were talking to Dindy. He said, hey, you ought to walk next door and talk to the Epic Adventure Rides. And so you went over there for a few minutes, come back, and guess what?
Well, it was interesting because she said, we can definitely get you on a tour, but I don't know if we can get you on a private tour. And then I left, we came back in there, and she goes, he's on the phone, he wants to go with you guys.
Yeah, so Chris, thank you for that. We appreciate that. And tomorrow's going to be another great day. Actually, we've got a couple more days here. We're going to show you some cool stuff over the next 2 days. Then we'll head home. But hope you're enjoying this series so far.
There's a lot to do in Page, Arizona. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned to the next series.
Down that road.